Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Dr. Cami and Karen Go Keto. We are here in the new year. It is January 4th or 5th when you see
The
this.
4th, yeah.
And we are all about today, this episode, we are talking about being energized by this new way of eating and being more focused and being more organized. And I think, again, this is a cycle or a circle of we don't know which comes first, right? You get more organized, you get more energy, you get more focused. As you get more focused, you get more organized, and then you get more energy. I know it's showing up in my life. I mentioned it in our last video. What about you, Cami? How's it showing up for you?
Well, I think it's showing up in lots of different ways, and you're right. It's like, does the diet come and then the action, or do you do the action of eating the diet and then everything comes? But, I don't care. I'm just happy because I'm eating, mostly carnivore. I love, cucumbers, and I put, some oil and vinegar on them and some little spices, and that's really delicious for me to eat. And, so I am eating some vegetables with my carnivore diet, but it's mostly carnivore, and I've noticed so much energy. I've noticed I need a lot less sleep, and my brain is able to be more focused and more organized. And, this is the beginning of the year, so we're all motivated. We're all out there exercising. We're all out there doing everything. But I think for Karen and I, it feels a little bit different. And we're both just so thrilled that it's feeling the same way for both of us at the same time. And I think a lot of it has to do with doing this channel for a while too, and being able to share with you and be accountable, and just organizing our homes, and doing things like my medical file, where I had all my records for decades, going through my medical folder and thinning that out, and going through things in my closet, and going through organizing things under my bed. And I went through my jewelry little cabinet that when I moved, they put it upside down. So all my jewelry got all over the place. So I just went over the last 2 days and organized all my earrings and found so many cute little things. And see, I got some on right now. So just really having a lot of fun with it. What about you, Karen?
Well, I did. Now, granted, I do have a professional organizer that I work with, but I think that in itself is, accepting help is something that I'm not always open to. And so she's been helping me, especially with the toys that Tim left me. But I had her come yesterday, and I found my mom's power of attorney because my brother and I have always told people, oh, yeah, he's the power of attorney. But by the way, we don't actually have the document. And I knew I had seen it a while ago, but finally found it. Found some very important documents for a client. So that was great. So two things that I've been looking for actually found going through this. And it's funny because I've had on my calendar find these documents for probably a year, right? Because I knew they were floating around, but never didn't get around to doing it, right? And then I had on my list of decluttering my office again on my list to do, but didn't do it. Just like you on your list of organizing your earrings, right? Because you knew they were a mess, but you didn't. And here's the thing, we don't know how this brain of ours works, right? Was it because the task seemed mundane? Did it just seem like it was just too much effort for such a little payoff? Or was it just like, I don't just have the energy to actually look at a whole bunch of earrings and get them all organized? I'm going to work on the big things first because you just moved into your house. And, for me, it's like I've got other big things that I have to do. But when you sometimes do those things that are nagging you in the back of your mind, oh, now I feel great. It's, found two things.
Right. And it's not just organizing the earrings. It's like, yes, my cabinet's all organized and I feel really good because that task is out of the way. But now I get to wear my nice earrings, and I had been wearing like the same 3 pairs of earrings, all the time. Actually, one pair that I wore almost all the time because they were black. They had some black in them, and that would match everything. And
Yeah.
so it's like it opens up a whole new world to you, by having this organization done. So we're really excited. I know I am.
I am too, because maybe you guys are gonna get these videos from us that are just like, "Oh my gosh, is that how small your lives are?" But really, it's funny because it's small, but it's big all at the same time.
Exactly, exactly, and that's how we're seeing everything. We're planning and organizing our channel so that it will be a little more structured. But Karen and I were talking about how we do like how we get on and we're just chatting about our lives and what's going on day in and day out with, learning how to take better care of ourselves. And Karen got a magazine that we're going to do a video on coming up that is interesting about what they say to us, what the media says to us about what is healthy and what isn't, and the way they even word their sentences structure.
Right. One other thing I would like to ask Cami right now also is, so when I asked Cami earlier this morning what she was up to today, she did not mention that she was going to go to a meeting. And then one of her friends called and said she was going to a meeting, and Cami said, "Oh, well, I'm hungry and I don't know which I should do first or how to schedule my time." Because sometimes in the past, Cami, that that might throw you, right? Like, "Oh, shoot, I didn't plan. Now what am I gonna do?" And might lead to not actually being on plan because the day's already blown in your mind or whatever. So talk to me about that.
Or realizing that, the meeting is up near Peterson's Donuts or something, so that, oh, I could do that or do that and start, doing that sneaky little excitement drama stuff that used to happen that I would get off on, that I'd be like, oh, yeah, this, and this. And I'm really feeling like the chemicals in my brain are different. And I'm like, well, that just doesn't turn me on anymore. That's ridiculous. I want to go and move on to something else. And realizing that when things do get shook up and they're not the right way, like right now, I'm trying to decide, do I go and eat before I go and be with Joan and go to my meeting? Because after the meeting, a lot of times people get together and go out and eat, and they usually do a brunch thing. So I could do an omelet or something like that. And so right now I'm debating whether or not to eat, because if I don't eat, that's a longer fast for me, right? That's a prolonged fast because, what time it's almost 9 o'clock in the morning. So I could be on a prolonged fast. And I'm so excited to be thinking things about fasting and eating omelets, or, deciding whether or not I'm going to do that or that, as opposed to getting all stressed out about the plans being different and me forgetting something that apparently I didn't have on my calendar. And if it doesn't make my calendar, it's a tough thing to get done.
Well, and you've always hated that. That's one of the things you beat yourself up about is like, "Oh, I'm so stupid. I forgot to put it on my calendar."
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, go
So,
eat. Go
yeah.
eat something
Right.
sweet.
Well, and just the way you're talking about the donut place is just so funny. So is this like by the donut place or no?
Well, it could kind of be on the way, but I'll be with Joan, so I'll be safe. But
Yeah.
there's this donut shop, and if you live anywhere near Escondido, you know Peterson's Donuts. They're under new management, and I don't think they're as good as they used to be. But I think I'm
Or maybe it's the
salivating a
carnivore
little bit
diet.
talking about it.
Maybe it's the carnivore diet that makes it not as good as it used to be. Because I can tell you the donuts haven't changed.
Well, no, but they probably haven't.
No.
But anyway, I used to have to call my friend Cindy. I had to call her on the phone any time I got near that donut shop, and she had to talk me through driving near it. I mean, I would always obviously try to avoid it, but this is, you talk about our lives being little, but this is big because now I can drive anywhere I want. And I don't have to worry about what I'm driving by.
Yeah. Pretty amazing.
Cool stuff going on. Yeah. So we're excited about you guys following us this year.
And don't you feel, Cami, because even for me, the last couple of days, instead of eating out for dinner, I have been eating out of the refrigerator, what I would call leftovers, which is not something I normally even do. And I'm okay with doing it or not eating at all. And like not even thinking about it. It's like, oh, I'll just go pick at these ribs that I made, and I'll just pick at those and eat those, or pick at this chicken. And when I say I made it, I mean I made it because I heated it up because actually Costco made it. It's the dry rub ribs, which don't have sauce on them. And a month ago that was not me. A month ago I would get in the car and go somewhere so that I could, and I would still eat relatively healthy, right? I could just go get a Polish sausage and eat it without the bun, or go to Jersey Mike's and get a sub sandwich and just eat it without the bun and just eat the meat. But, this saves money, saves time, and is, completely meat.
Right. So it's just great. I've noticed too that I always have, like right now, I have 2 little steaks thawing out to cook, and I always have steak available in my refrigerator to eat at all times. And it's like not fresh off the, grill, but it works well, as a matter of fact. And then sometimes I'll put a little bit of blue cheese on it. And I just take scissors and I cut it up into little pieces. And then, that way I can microwave it and it's quick. It heats up nice in either 1 or 2 minutes, depending on the volume of the meat. And so to always have that available is wonderful. And so we're talking here about like nutrition and fueling, or like fuel for our body. Like I just used to always fantasize about, because I'm good at that, about, oh, I can't wait till like I have food that I'm just fueling myself. Like in the movie Back to the Future, like when Back to the Future 2, when he opens up the thing and he throws in some banana peels and that stuff to get himself some fuel in his new DeLorean that now just runs on banana peels. It's like just nourish the body instead of like all this drama and all this, destruction with poisonous foods.
So maybe your transition takes a year or so like ours has. Maybe yours is faster. Maybe yours is slower. But join us. This is how we talk. We're talking about our transition. And if you want to watch it, we're trying to be like real time. Eventually, you'll see some before and after pictures because we just don't know how to edit yet. Really, the whole point of this channel is what other people are not doing. And that is you're watching us go through the messy stuff. Yeah, I think Cami and I both say, hey, wouldn't it have been great if we had gone from 0 to 60 in 60 seconds? But we didn't. We went from 0 to 60 in who knows how long.
Remember, Karen, tomorrow is our full length day every Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do, so I'll have my dress on that apparently somebody at the party I was at last night knew me before I even knew who they were because they had been watching this channel. It was super cool.
Yeah. See, you're already an influencer.
All right, everybody. So nice.
Hey, and by the way, thank you. We are 197 subscribers, so now we only need 3 more to get to 200. But we'd like more than 200 subscribers anyway. But subscribe, whatever.
2,000 would be great.
200,000.
All right, take care.
Bye.